Hey everyone, the video of my slot car museum seemed to go over pretty good, so I figured I'd take a video of my track. Once again, please forgive the poor quality. I have a terrible phone. But yeah, here's kind of the layout right now. It's 5 feet wide. The table is 5 feet wide, 15 feet long. I've got a 4-lane AFX track set up. It's all screwed down to the table. You can't see any of the wiring. I've also got a Viper scale racing drag strip hovering above the top of it. It's almost a perfect 1/8 mile. You know, close enough for what I can fit in my garage. Have some leftover pieces that we use in the center. That's kind of like our pit area. I apologize for the poor lighting. It's really bright out, so I had to shut the garage, but you know, you can kind of see our controller hookups here. Come on down. We got the other lanes. I kind of marked them with zip ties. I wish I could show you the wiring, but I've just got too much stuff underneath the track right now. I'll kind of do a couple walk-arounds. I didn't want to go with guardrails on the outside lanes. I wanted aprons because I wanted all 4 lanes to drift. Huge thank you to Dan from Viper Scale Racing on those. He made those on his CNC table, the same one that he uses to make the tracks. I don't know if he still makes those, but luckily for me, he liked my idea and he made them for me. And it was exactly what I wanted. He made them out of MDF. I was blowing out blue and white boogers for, I don't know, about a week after I painted those things. It took a long time. But, you know, I come down to the drag strip. We've got our separate controller hookups for the drag strip. We modified an Auto World drag strip setup. We took it all apart, and a buddy of mine custom made all this. We've got the sensors in there, so it actually red lights you. There's the button to set it. I apologize if it's a little dirty, but and I still got to finish stuff like that edge and a couple other things. And then we made a custom catch box. And then this has sensors in it that you can see right there. And then we've got lights down here that actually light up to show who won. Here's the catch box. You know, it's got foam in there and a brush in the front. It does a pretty good job. The cars don't seem to get any damage. I'll show you a couple other things. We put some underneath the drag strip, we put LEDs in there, so that kind of lights up. You can't see it too well with the light pollution from the garage lights, but it lights it all up back there. Pretty fun. I'm pretty proud of how it came out. Then I'll even turn on the drag strip lights here, so that arms everything. You can see the drag strip lighting up down there. And I found out that we had to go with some overhead lighting just to make them work better. In the daytime, when I open up my garage, there's too much light pollution coming in, so we can't really drag race in the day because there's way too much light pollution, and it won't trigger the red lights. You know, the red light if you leave early. But here, I'll show you if we hit the button. If we hit the button right here. You know, we've got full functioning Auto World set up. Then if you click it twice, it goes to Pro mode. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on this track. It's pretty permanent. You know, takes up quite a bit of my garage. Got other stuff in the garage. I got an Evel Knievel pinball machine, a couple mini bikes. Got a big fish. Everybody's got to have a big fish, right? But yeah, this slot car track is just way too much fun. I'll give you a couple tips. What my friends and I did is I think I measured it out, it's about 62 running feet. So I looked up some old advice or information, and they said, do you want to like have a power tap for about every 20 feet? So I've got 3 different power taps in here. You can kind of see those where we drilled through and soldered. And I've got 2 more. I mean, you kind of get the idea. If you're planning on building a permanently screwed down track and you see the wiring harness, wire it for brakes. Even if you're not going to use brakes, wire it for brakes, because it is way easier to do when you're doing all the wiring ahead of time instead of trying to go back and do it. You might never use it, but it's just something that you'll thank yourself for doing, because it literally takes like not that much extra time. Absolutely wire for brakes. And if you're going to be using AFX or whatever type of click-clack track, luckily I have 2 good friends of mine that came over, and we kind of set the layout out before we screwed anything down, and then we literally took the time, cleaned up every single connection. Like all these connections, we sanded them clean, you know, like a light sandpaper, like 1000 grit, and then we put dielectrical grease on every single connection as we were stacking the pieces up and knew where we wanted to go. Because I really didn't want to have to take this track apart ever again to just clean a connection up. And you know, we kind of bent the tabs in the right direction just so they were getting a positive connection. The dielectrical grease is your friend. We have had no problems. This track warms up. I've had it going for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. Never had a problem with the lane warming up. You know, you got to knock the dust off of it a little bit. But yeah, it warms up really great. This is, you know, my last name's Perry, so I call this Paradise International Raceway. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Please forgive the terrible video with my terrible phone. And appreciate all the comments, and just want to keep this hobby going, man. Thanks for all the people doing the likes and subscribes, and really appreciate it.